Oh, we have our own YouTube channel for this now? At 8:26.
Okay. Clanker Catchers. I don't know what this is.
Stream. I feel like the second title would do better.
It would.
But maybe not. Maybe, I mean, I imagine.
August right now to Cyber Vegan on the top.
Wait, is this a troll? Wait, what? Wait, what? Would do better.
It would.
But maybe not. Maybe, I mean, I imagine.
August right now to Cyber Vegan on the topics list.
Huh.
Nope.
Wait, what the? But maybe not. Maybe, I mean, I imagine. Wait. I don't know. Should I just kill the noise gate? This makes me super paranoid. You can sound like Beavis and Butthead. True. No, maybe, I mean, I imagine.
August right now to Cyber Vegan.
Oh shit, I just did the noise. Oh no, shit! It sounds like this. I know exactly what you're linking. Wait, is it? The guy. Oh, yeah, something that's strange is I said you were big mad on Twitter, and then you said you weren't mad, but now right here, you kind of look like you're big mad.
No, I sound like I'm a little bit angry because I'm talking to a shithead.
Okay, well, right now you're breathing heavier than Matthew Bellamy between your statements, okay? So let's take a deep breath.
Well, you're not really a sock then, but anyway, go ahead.
You know her name is Jade, not Jane, right? Yeah, why? Wait, did that title say Jane? Oh, I just typed it wrong. Whatever. Why do people... Oh my god. If you're a true patriot, you'll like or reblog this or whatever the fuck it's called on Facebook. Do you think drama content is going to start fading out in your current push to become more formally aligned with the party? I feel like my drama content basically disappeared when I started Vibans. I don't think I've done really anything the past year for dramatic people. Just don't have the appetite for it.
How does this checkbox know that I'm not a robot? I didn't click any motorcycles, traffic lights. I didn't even type in distorted words, and yet it knew. This infamous tech is called reCAPTCHA.
I thought it just tracks two things. One is how long it takes you to click the box, and then I think another is can it track your mouse over certain parts of the screen? So it can see if it looks like your mouse is exactly going to the box or whatever. I think it's just those two things, no?
And when it comes to reach, few tools rival its presence across the web. It's on 12.5 million websites, quietly sitting on pages that you visit every day, and it's actually not very good at stopping bots.
Wow.
Which of course led me to the question, if it's not stopping bots, what is it doing? This simple question sent us down a rabbit hole that was deeper and more complicated than we ever imagined.
The box test isn't really about the box.
A single checkbox.
It turns out reCAPTCHA isn't what we think it is, and the public narrative around reCAPTCHA is an impossibly small sliver of the truth. And by accepting that sliver as the full truth, we've all been misled.
Tracks your mouse movements.
For months, we followed the data. We examined glossed over research and uncovered evidence that most people don't know exists. This isn't the story of an inconsequential box. It's the story of a seemingly innocent tool and how it became a gateway for corporate greed and mass surveillance. We found buried lawsuits, whispers of the NSA, and echoes of Edward Snowden. This is the story of the future of the internet and who's trying to control it.
Why can't a robot work out how to tick a box marked, "I'm not a robot"?
In the largest antitrust trial in the United States in 25 years.
Oh,
Let's start
shit.
here. What
That
you've been
was a
told
robot.
is wrong. Journalists told you such a small sliver of the truth that I would consider it to be deceptive.
Why can't a robot just click, "I'm not a robot"? The box test isn't really about the box.
It actually tracks your mouse movements right before you check the box.
See, if you run code to make an object move to a certain point, like a cursor, the simplest version will make it move in a straight line.
Robots move like this.
But humans naturally aren't that accurate. We don't move in a perfectly straight line.
But humans move kind of like this.
Humans tend to move their mice in wiggly, imperfect ways.
And that is what this version of CAPTCHA was looking for.
Oh, no. Is this not true? Is it fake information?
Okay. Mouse macro software, find image, look for the checkbox, move mouse to checkbox, and make it click. Play. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to test this. Okay.
Oh, no.
You're probably thinking, why does any of this matter? And I agree with you. I did agree with you. I actually halted this investigation for a few weeks because I thought it was quite boring. Until I went to renew my passport. Passportstatus.state.gov. I got a CAPTCHA. Not a checkbox, not fire hydrants, but the old one. And I clicked it. And it took me here. reCAPTCHA seems to have become a spyware. It might be also that its primary purpose is doxing of US residents and spying on everyone else.
Wait, where's this website? What was that?
Here.
What? Okay.
reCAPTCHA seems to have become a spyware. It might be also that its primary purpose is doxing of US residents and spying on everyone else.
Go to passport.gov and click the link like he did. There's no way that he just clicked that link and it took him there. Okay, apply first time. What? Fuck, hold on. Where did he? CAPTCHA is an acronym for completely automated. Okay, this is CAPTCHA.org. Thank God. Somebody's car was saved today by that car alarm. Thank goodness. Thank God.
I don't know what led me to do it. It felt like my mouse was moving itself. An entire page dedicated to documenting the horrors of reCAPTCHA, alleging national security implications for the US and foreign governments, its ability to dox users, mentioning secret FISA orders, the same type of orders that Edward Snowden risked his life to warn us about.
It is one of the most secretive places in America, a federal court of 11 judges with the power to allow government to conduct electronic surveillance on you.
Who put this together? Anonymous. If you're a web native journalist looking to get in touch, we doubt you're gonna have a hard time figuring out who we are anyway. This felt like a key. Left in plain sight, whisper, you're gonna have a hard time figuring out who we are anyway. This felt like a key. Left in plain sight, whispering, there's a door nearby, and it's meant to be open. This is what we're good at. This is what we do. It felt like someone on the other side already knew that, as if they'd been waiting for someone to come along and notice. Okay, let's get this out of the way. reCAPTCHA is not, and really has never been, very good at stopping bots. reCAPTCHA was founded in part by this guy in 2007. Version 1 looked like this. In 2009, Google bought reCAPTCHA. But in 2012, hackers were able to get bots through with a 99.1% success rate. V2 dropped in 2014. It was the first time we saw the infamous checkbox. This is also when it allegedly became spyware. In 2017, version 2 was cracked with an 85% success rate. The code to do so was made public and still works to this day. 2018 was the launch of V3. According to researchers at UC Irvine, there's practically no difference between V2 and V3. A few months after the launch of V3, it was beaten with a 97% success rate. Google doesn't tell us how reCAPTCHA works, besides
using an advanced risk analysis engine.
But these hackers, they spell it out. Do you believe that reCAPTCHA should be thrown out?
Yeah, I think it's time to deprecate this technology.
This is Dr. Andrew Searles, and he's the lead author of this study.
And so I essentially developed a mirror of reCAPTCHA that would make you have to solve multiple in a row and would tell you that you're wrong, regardless of what you said, and showed some of the data that you can actually scrape. You can scrape so much data from somebody's user interaction from a website.
Whoa, this has been my big question. What data is Google collecting?
They can collect all sorts of data, right? Any information, any keystroke, any click, IP address, user agent string, all the websites, all the browsing history, cookie information.
reCAPTCHA takes a pixel-by-pixel fingerprint of your browser.
Wait. Excuse me? Hold on.
Somebody's user interaction from a website.
Whoa, this has been my big question. What data is Google collecting?
They can collect all sorts of data, right? Any information, any keystroke, any click.
Any information, any keystroke, any click. So clicks and keystrokes, while you have the browser window open, you're typing into or clicking in the thing. That makes sense, sure.
IP address, user agent string, all the web...
IPs are all just part of the browser session.
Besides all the browsing history.
All the browsing history? A website should not be able to access my browsing history. I don't believe that's true, unless there's an exploit in Chrome. No? He said Google? Google shouldn't have access to your browsing history unless they can view it through Chrome. I don't know if it would be obfuscated on Google's end or not. Would browsing history be obfuscated on? Probably not on Google's end. I don't think it would be.
Whoa, this has been my big question. What data is Google collecting?
They can collect all sorts of data, right? Any information, any keystroke, any click, IP address.
Maybe they mean tracking cookies? Yeah, sure, I guess. But
user agent string, all the websites, all the browsing history, cookie information.
reCAPTCHA takes a pixel-by-pixel fingerprint of your browser, a real-time map of everything you do on the internet.
I think it's like 10 million websites employ this technology. They
okay. Well, kind of, but
essentially get access to any user interaction on that web page.
Are you saying that Google can see anything that anyone is doing on any website that has reCAPTCHA embedded in it?
There's a very good chance they have that capability, is what I will say.
reCAPTCHA doesn't need to be good at stopping bots because it knows who you are. The new reCAPTCHA runs in the background, is invisible, and only shows challenges to bots or suspicious users. If there's any...
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm sorry. This just clicked. Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder if he'll say this. Hold on, this just clicked. I'm sorry. So if I have a form and I want you to fill out, hey, I want you to apply for a passport, right? I want you to enter your name, social security number, your birthday, your address or whatever. And at the bottom here, I have a reCAPTCHA element or whatever. Unless, my guess would be, unless you very carefully sandbox this as part of the design for the page, then yes, this element that's loaded on the page probably can read every single thing. That would be I don't know if I would consider that to be an exploit or not, but that would be what's being about. Okay, that makes sense. And that actually would be pretty spooky. That is kind of scary. Okay. Okay.
In the background is invisible and only shows challenges to bots or suspicious users. If there's any part of this video you should listen to, it's this. Stop making dinner, stop scrolling on your phone, and please listen. When I tell you that reCAPTCHA is watching you, I'm not saying that in some abstract, metaphorical way. Right now, reCAPTCHA is watching you. It knows that you're watching me, and it doesn't want you to know. It's not just Google.
Now, there is this whole sketchy market about brokers, advertising brokers, that like to purchase large amounts of people's information.
These brokers have information on probably all of us. They get this data from a variety of sources. Government records, like your birth certificate, your voter registration, court documents, or social media, the posts you've made, the posts you've liked, the quizzes you've taken, the websites you've visited. They package all of this together, and they sell it. They're not just selling this to advertisers. Many are selling it to whoever will pay for it. So I use a tool called Delete Me. They're also graciously sponsoring this portion
big missed opportunity
of today's video. Delete Me goes through the strenuous steps of getting your data removed from hundreds of these data broker websites. Just in my first month, Delete Me searched 3,500 listings for my personal information, and they found data on me on 55 different data broker websites. And then They got it removed on my behalf. My favorite thing about this is that it's not a one-time deal. Delete Me routinely checks different data broker websites to see if they post anything new on me, and then they get it removed. I don't have to do a thing. Because they've sponsored this portion of today's video, Delete Me is offering a 20% discount to you if you use the link down below. It's joindeleteme.com/chuple20, or you can use code chuple20 at checkout. So if you don't like the idea of corporations selling your personally identifiable information for financial gain, and you see the potential risks of the data economy, use that link. You'll get 20% off, and you'll get your first report back in 7 days. Thank you to Delete Me. I'm seriously, genuinely, really impressed with what you all do.
Wow.
In January of 2015, a class action lawsuit was filed against Google. The allegations claim that every time someone solved a reCAPTCHA challenge, they weren't just proving that they were human, but they were performing unpaid labor for Google without their knowledge. Look at this. Typing morning overlooks would get you a passing grade, obviously, but so would adorning overlooks, and pouring overlooks, even egg overlooks, horse overlooks, Blue Man Group overlooks, all of them will get you a passing grade and confirm you're a human. reCAPTCHA is testing you on this word alone. It has no idea what this one is. You, on the other hand, do, and when you submit the word morning, you are fulfilling a contractual obligation that Google has with one of its clients, like the New York Times. And when you do this, you are helping to train one of Google's AI datasets. As one researcher says, you are doing unpaid labor that directly benefits the world's most powerful surveillance corporation. And even though the judge acknowledged this to be true, the class action lawsuit was dropped, in large part because the time involved for each user is extremely small. As a part of Dr. Searle's study, they estimated that users have spent more than 819 million hours taking these tests, which results in $6.1 billion of unpaid labor. Maybe we could find a way to turn a blind eye to all of this, as long as the tests serve their purpose, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Google has said that they don't use the data collected from reCAPTCHA for targeted advertising, which actually scares me a bit more. If not for targeted ads, which is their whole business model, why is Google acting like an intelligence agency? So I dove into Google's 32,000 word terms of service. When you're writing a legal document, syntax matters. They only collect data as necessary. But because of this comma, the words as necessary only apply here, not here.
The word improve, general security purposes, those are keywords where you're like, okay, I see you clearly say it's not being used for personalized advertising. Congratulations, great.
What was your take on the CEO getting shot and people's response to it? Demonization of billionaires and CEOs and firms in the US is super ultra cringe. I always felt that way. I don't. What do you want me to say? It's cringe.
Improve mean in that context? What does that security purposes entail? That's where Google is the art of saying nothing.
This is Zach. He's a privacy watchdog, but he's also the co-creator of this website, a central hub dedicated to documenting the US's antitrust case against Google.
Google has...
Wait. I saw the clip of Destiny talking about the reaction to the medical CEO guy getting killed, and I don't really get how it's any different to his reaction to Trump rally guy's death. No normal person is saying going to killing spree of CEOs, Bar Hassan types, but nobody feels bad for a guy implicated in some seriously morally fucked up stuff that just makes society worse. Wasn't that what Destiny said about the rally guy plus some jokes? The issue, I think, is that people, do I really care that much about... I think the issue I just have is the underlying thoughts that people have, where like all firms are bad, all pharmaceutical companies are bad, all CEOs are bad, I think that's like the more annoying shit. If everybody didn't have those retarded thoughts and some CEO dude gets popped because some guy's grandma died because it got denied, I don't know if I would care about all the underlying thoughts around it are really retarded, I think.
Creator of
entail. That's where Google is the art of saying nothing.
This is Zach. He's a privacy watchdog, but he's also the co-creator of this website, a central hub dedicated to documenting the US's antitrust case against Google.
Google has allowed themselves this general security purposes allowance to use the...
Jessica and Cherry went off on this with Dan Can't Stream.
Decisions and the data it collects for anything that they deem as security related.
In 2015, Google failed an audit by the United Kingdom's ICO.
Insurance is a uniquely bad enterprise, no? Why? Why would it be? What do you mean?
Saying that Google is too vague when describing how it uses personal data gathered from its services and products.
Is sharing to the government considered security related? It probably could be defined that way by a creative lawyer.
Check this out. If you want to submit a tip to the FBI, you're met with this notice, acknowledging your right to anonymity. But even though the State Department doesn't use reCAPTCHA, the FBI and the NSA do.
A federal court of 11 judges with the power to allow government to conduct electronic surveillance on you.
And if they want to know who submitted the anonymous report, Google has to tell them.
But the Federal Intelligence Surveillance Court is anything but public. It's here somewhere inside this sprawling federal court complex. This is a court so secret, we don't even know exactly where it convenes inside the...
I think you'd agree being celebratory of the CEO's death is just as cringe as being celebratory of the Corey dude's death. Anyone posting memes and celebrating with glee anyone's death is very cringe. I think that's generally true, but I mean, like, that's going to be on a scale, right? Like, we probably shouldn't celebrate, like, Coach Red Pill dying. I don't think I even tweeted anything celebrating it, but I mean, like, or Rush Limbaugh dying, obviously, of lung cancer, ironically enough. But I mean, there's a sliding scale. I think the thing that bothers me is just more the underlying thoughts about it than anything else. But
somewhere inside this sprawling federal court complex, this is a court so secret, we don't even know exactly where it convenes inside the building.
These companies, when they engage in a clandestine relationship with the government, as soon as they begin cooperating in part, they will ultimately end up cooperating in full.
Look at this. I realize most people aren't submitting anonymous tips to the FBI, but listen, earlier this month, 404 Media got its hands on internal emails from the Secret Service. They confirmed that the intelligence agency used a technology called LocateX, which uses location data harvested from ordinary apps installed on phones. Because users agreed to an opaque terms of service page, the Secret Service believes it doesn't need a warrant, despite those apps often not saying that their data may end up with the authorities.
Wow.
Any information, any keystroke, any click, IP address, all the websites, all the browsing history.
A real-time map of everything you do on the internet. It knows who you are. Google has essentially created a digital toll booth with reCAPTCHA. They hide in the background, watching whatever you do before, during, and after you interact with it. Then it puts emphasis on the question, which human is this user, rather than the ordinary, is this user human? If it can figure out who you are, it lets you through. It's also why this happened.
Why can't a robot just click, I'm not a robot? Robots move like this.
Okay, for the checkbox. It's so easy to test this. If Google can't figure out exactly who you are, let's say you clear your cookies, you're browsing incognito, maybe you're using a privacy-focused browser, they flag you as suspicious. You're grouped in with the bots, who are actually better at solving reCAPTCHAs than you are. And you still have to pay the toll in a different way. Today, that means labeling Google's machine learning datasets. In my experience, the more that I try to hide my identity from Google, the more datasets they make me train. Finally, if you reject those two prior options, reCAPTCHA, the toll booth, stops you right there. The internet isn't open for you. In short, reCAPTCHA isn't about bots. It's about you.
And US v. Google, what's the top down on this situation?
Here in the United States, there are a group of attorney generals and the Department of Justice are basically suing Google for a variety of monopolistic practices. And so the government's response was, we want you, Google, to get out of the advertising industry. So Google, as you can imagine that being one of their primary sources of revenue, said, okay, it looks like we're going to trial over this.
I realize the irony of posting this video on YouTube, which is wholly owned by Google. We reached out to Google for comment. And by the time of filming this, they still haven't responded. So if they have, you'll see it on the screen somewhere right now.
Google has all this power. What they have currently is empowering the data broker ecosystem, tons of this data flowing into government and data broker hands. What's interesting is if Google is forced to sell their ad tech space, it may actually make privacy outcomes worse in the short term. Depending on who they sell it to, that company may be more evil than Google.
And thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring a portion of this video. Thanks so much to our Patreon supporters.
I don't get the concern trolling over how much data people collect. Like the amount of time and manpower it would take to actually weaponize this at scale would be fucking ridiculous. I think there are arguments for and against why we should care about it, but to weaponize stuff like this would actually be trivially easy. Depending on how you view it, it's already weaponized, right? In terms of advertising, directed ads, I guess we wanted to say. But I mean, like there's just a lot of implications for things, I guess. There's a lot of implications. And the thing is, too, one of the reasons why it's important to, one of the really big reasons why it's important to practice good security, like to have good security practices, to have good engineering practices, to have good, just like good sandboxed principles of constructing a thing in general, is not just to stop problems that you know about, but also to stop problems that you don't know about when you do things the correct way. Sometimes it seems like you can make a shortcut in a certain area or not care much about a thing right here because it's leaky or whatever, but in the future it might come back to you in a weird way. Hypothetical, okay? So let's say that I've been fighting Donald Trump a lot and, you know, I hate the government and I hate all these people. And then let's say Donald Trump comes in. Let's say I fight with that Kash Patel guy on Twitter a lot. I hate him as well, right? What if it is the case that a lot of these algorithms and tracking things are incredibly sophisticated, such to the point that the FBI, without a warrant, could bring up like a browser history for like every single porn video I've ever seen, right? And I get an email from an anonymous source that says like, hey, I see all the sissy, tranny, rainbow dash, whatever horse porn that you've been watching. Sure would be a shame if you kept talking shit about Trump. And because the FBI, because so much is interconnected, yeah, that like, would that happen? Realistically, probably not. Hopefully not. But there's just like, I guess, funnily enough, I just learned this on kind of a personal level. Not what you're thinking, where I'm going with this. But when I redid like my employment structure, one of the things that I noticed is that it's important for me to have a separate like it's important for me to have a separate, say, moderation structure across all my different platforms. Because now if somebody gets banned in my chat or in my subreddit or in my Discord, I know exactly who to talk to and I know exactly why it happened. Whereas before, when like 7 people had mod across all the domains, I wouldn't actually know like, oh shit, like this guy got banned from this place for a reason that I wouldn't even know because this fight that happened in a totally, right? It's harder to keep track of things. I'm just saying like when you start to like cross a bunch of stuff over and when a bunch of stuff is leaky and good practices aren't followed, things can synergize or collaborate in highly destructive ways. I guess if that makes sense, yeah. Aren't you kind of hypocritical on this? DGG saves personally identifiable chat logs from 10 years ago, and it's probably not EU legal. One, I don't know if my chat saves any logs. I'm pretty sure that's another website that does it, that I have literally no control over. But all client-side code is open source in browsers. You can just step through what reCAPTCHA is sending, despite the obfuscation. It's true that this could, in theory, be doing more on some sites. It's not hard to expose when it's being done. Well, telemetry will only tell you what you're sending to the other side. You have no idea what they're doing with it, right? Also, to say that it's all open source, I mean, sure, but like how many people are like, let me go ahead and check the source myself to make sure that this is good, right? I mean, like, yeah. You also don't know, yeah, you don't know what's going on their end either, right? Like, wait, okay. Corey said, same origin policy and content security policy along with other browser security that exist, HTTPS, sites don't allow it to access the whole page or anything close. reCAPTCHA usually exists in iframes, which are sandboxed from the rest of the site and are only allowed information provided to it. Okay, I don't know. That's why I said unless it's sandboxed, but I don't know. Maybe that is. Maybe that is standard practice. I'm not sure. Who owns Russell Search? I don't fucking know. I don't pay for it. How do you not have control over a third-party site saving chat logs on your website? Would you not be able to tell them to stop if you wanted? Also, do people like just feel other people delete their chat logs if there's no coordination? I don't know. Ask them. I don't have control over any of that shit. This is why every time I go to fucking log somebody, I have to ask you guys, somebody link the fucking website. I don't even know what the fuck it is. It might be ran by people in DGG or something. I'm not sure. But like all the chat logs are publicly facing things. It's not like you could ban people from recording them. Like if you wanted to, you could go to any Twitch chat or go to any public facing chat and record everything. You can do it in my YouTube chat. Nobody's stopping you. I don't even know if it's illegal. Or there would even be like a rule or regulation against it. What do you mean? How do you stop people from archiving like publicly available? I don't really understand why targeted ads get so much hate. Why would I want an ad for some random Mexican brand of soap or something as an American when I could get an ad for something I'm actively looking / in the market for? I don't think that there's anything wrong necessarily with targeted ads. I think people get a little bit weird about that, but there are troubling implications to things that could happen in the like the example I gave with the FBI. Like there could be further things or whatever. Yeah. There is such a thing as right to be forgotten in the EU legislation. Right to be forgotten means that nobody can log any chats anywhere on the internet? Okay. I thought right to be forgotten is how much personally identifiable information a website stores about a user, especially in their database, but... Targeted ads can be predatory as fuck, especially for medical stuff. Okay. It means that anyone can request all data of them to be removed. Yeah, from like a database and stuff. I don't know if that means you can request to remove stuff that you've contributed. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. Like if I'm on Twitter or Facebook and I want to delete all my posts, I'm pretty sure you have a right to do that. But if there was like a, I don't know. I just don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. I know that you can delete everything in like a company's database that they store about you. You have a right to request the deletion of that. But I don't know. I don't know if that extends to like posts you make or other people logging the posts you make. I'm not sure. Damn. Daniel Penny jury deadlocked on manslaughter charge. The guy who choked the dude in the subway. Wait, can you be... Wait, do you have to return a unanimous guilty verdict and a unanimous not guilty verdict? Or if you're deadlocked, does it just count as not guilty? Deadlocked is just a mistrial for hung jury? Damn. What do you think about the case, guilty or nah? Just in watching the video, I feel like that guy, I am surprised that the dude in the subway died. I don't even know if I feel like the guy that did the choke and everything, I feel like he was being fairly responsible. That's just the feeling I got. I don't know, man. I lean pretty heavily in that direction. Hold on. Subway chokehold. Murder is a hard stretch. I don't think it was even murder, but even for manslaughter, I don't even know if I would say this guy should get manslaughter. Like the, damn, dude, the guy did not seem like he was dead at all. And I feel like, did he have him in the chokehold? Wasn't it for like, am I making this up? Was it like less than like 30 seconds or? All my friends say that chokeholds are known to be generally lethal. All of your friends are fucking retarded. Unless by generally lethal, you mean like every chokehold could be lethal, but it's a very, very, very low percentage. But the vast majority of people do not die if they're in a chokehold. New video, subway chokehold.
A jury watches video of the subway chokehold.
Oh wait, it's on YouTube. And I'm on YouTube. I can watch this.
Chokehold death of Jordan Neely today.
Wasn't it minutes? Oh, was it? Fuck, hold on. I don't know. I have to watch again. Fuck, does anybody have a link to the full video? There was something weird. I felt like there was something weird going on with his body. I don't know if they were like death rattles or whatever, but it looked like he was still kicking or resisting. Your take on this was that he held the choke for too long. Was it? Okay, link me the video. I don't know. I'll watch it again. You were like way against this guy like a year back. Oh, fuck. Okay. But yeah, link me again. I don't know. I'll watch it. Maybe my recollection is wrong. Okay, hold on. New York Post. You placed him in the choke for 6 minutes? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, then maybe, if that's the case, then that would be way too fucking long. Wait, this is a 49-second video. Where the fuck is the full video? Okay, well, fuck me, never mind. Dude, why does Google suck so much now? What the fuck is happening? Holy shit! If it was really 6 minutes, that's pretty insane then. I could totally see like a manslaughter thing for that. Fuck, I guess I just don't remember the full video. Do you think he was right to take the guy down? Yeah, sure, but 6 minutes is... Okay, yeah. So like, okay, so in watching this, like I'm seeing the guy's on the ground, he's got the dude in a chokehold, and there's another guy above him who's like trying to pick him up. But like, I don't even know why he has him in a chokehold at this point, right? Because there's no more danger to anybody, right? The guy's... Yeah, like what's the point at this point? Oh, wait, better video. Oh my God, you have a video. Oh, and it's on YouTube. Destiny, wasn't the story that the dude was going around shouting at people and that the choker snuck up behind him and did the thing? Yeah, that's the story. But I don't think there's anything wrong with like grabbing the dude or choking the dude out. But holding something like that for minutes and minutes is crazy.
This video was recorded in the Broadway Lafayette subway station in Manhattan last May 1st at 2:24 p.m. The woman filming, Yvette Rosario, has just witnessed a struggle in her subway. The man in the white t-shirt being held on the...
Like, what's the point of holding past this point, I guess? I'm not sure. Maybe it'll go through later. Like, I don't know what the point... Unless the guy said he has a knife or he's got weapons or something. Maybe. I don't know. Was he actually applying force to the neck that whole time, or was he just holding him by the neck without choking him? Well, if the dude's dead, my guess is going to be that he was applying force the whole time.
Floor is Jordan Neely. He is 30 years old, homeless, and diagnosed with schizophrenia. He boarded the train at the previous stop. Witnesses say Neely entered the car and immediately began threatening passengers, saying he was, quote, ready to die and would kill a motherfucker. Daniel Penny, a 24-year-old student and former Marine from Long Island, took Neely to the ground and put him in a chokehold. He's the blonde guy there, restraining Neely. These 6 minutes will change everything.
Why are we holding him at this point? I don't understand.
For both men. Neely will be rushed to the hospital and declared dead. Penny will go to a police precinct where his statement will kick off a legal case that's ongoing right now in Manhattan. It's one that could land him in prison for 15 years. This case divided America almost immediately. On one side, those who say Penny is a racially motivated murderer, a vigilante who thought he could put his hands on a poor black man because he was poor and black. On the other, those who believe Penny is a hero who protected his fellow riders in the face of soaring violent crime and inaction from government and police. Over the past month, I've spent day after day in a Manhattan courtroom covering the trial of Daniel Penny. I've read hundreds of pages of Jordan Neely's medical records and seen images of his autopsy. I've seen Penny's mother hold back tears on the stand as she vouched for her son's kindness. I've heard from witnesses, police, and the medical examiner. But as the trial comes to a close, basic questions still remain about exactly what happened on that subway train. It all comes back to these 6 minutes when Penny and Neely struggled on the floor of a subway car. Prosecutors say Neely's last voluntary movement was at this moment, 2:28 p.m. 51 seconds later, Penny let go of him. The medical examiner says 51 last voluntary movement. Prosecutors say Neely's last voluntary movement was at this moment, 2:28 p.m. Prosecutors say Neely's last voluntary movement was at this moment, 2:28 p.m. 51 seconds later, Penny let go of him. The medical examiner says Neely died a short time later from a chokehold, compression of his neck. What you're about to see is body cam footage from police arriving at the scene.
New York City 911. You need police, fire, or medical? New York City 911. You need police, fire, medical. New York City 911. You need police, fire, medical. Hi. We need an ambulance and cops. I mean, we just need a cop at Broadway, that's here street. Someone's attacking here. That's great. This is inside the train station? Yes. Okay, Broadway, Lafayette, uptown, downtown platform. Uptown. Okay. And this is the F, right? Yeah. Male or female being attacked? I don't know. He's trying to attack everybody. Oh, a guy's trying to do it. Okay, give me further description. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian? He's black. What color is he? They're holding them down. They're holding him down right now. How many people? There's just two. There's one man white man holding it down, holding the homeless guy down. Okay. Any weapons? Anybody injured at this time? No, nobody. Okay, they're coming as we speak.
Somebody said he's facing a second-degree manslaughter charge. Under our law, a person is guilty of manslaughter in the second degree when that person recklessly causes the death of another person. The following term used in that definition has a special meaning. A person acts recklessly with respect to a death when that person engages in conduct which creates or contributes to a substantial and unjustifiable risk that another person's death will occur, and when he or she is aware of and consciously disregards that risk, and when that risk is of such nature and degree that disregard of it constitutes a gross deviation from the standard of conduct that a reasonable person would observe in the situation. Note, where there is evidence of voluntary intoxication on the part of the defendant, add, a person also acts recklessly when he or she creates such a risk but is unaware of that risk solely by reason of his or her voluntary intoxication. In order for you to find the defendant guilty of this crime, the people are required to prove, from all the evidence in the case, beyond a reasonable doubt, both of the following two elements. That on or about the date and the county of this, the defendant, this guy, caused the death of him, and that the defendant did so recklessly. So this is the second-degree manslaughter charge. I'm guessing these are the jury instructions.
You got anything on that? You got anything on that? I don't know. I just... Yo, my man. I just put him out. Yo. You say you just put him out? Oh. You hit a bus.
In this moment, before Neely's body was taken from the train, before Penny went to the police station,
That's neat. Please look into Cory Doctorow's talk on enshittification at DEF CON 31 if you want to look more into Google results are getting worse. Doctorow writes for the Electronic Frontier Foundation as a consumer advocate. Wow. I'd imagine if he was making credible threats and disregard for his own life in a subway car that people are unable to escape from with no security, should allow whatever response someone deems necessary. That doesn't even seem state by state. That's probably fairly universal, right? No, that's not true. You probably have a right to use violence, I would imagine, to cause the person to become no longer a threat. But that doesn't give you the right to just murder the person. Like, if the person is no longer a threat, you can't continue to apply force. It's not how that works.
Story had effectively been written. Archetypes had already been cast. In the following days, a New York Times opinion headline read, quote, "Making people uncomfortable can now get you killed." On MSNBC, Joy Reid said, "The one person who was in danger obviously was Jordan Neely." Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claimed, long before Penny was even arrested, that Neely had been, quote, "murdered." Representative Jamal Bowman went even further, calling Neely's death an
I'm sorry, fuck me, dude. Don't make me sound like an actual fucking Nazi. Destiny, bro, no. Homeless say shit like this all the time. Dude who's armless and talking shit doesn't justify getting killed. Listen, I'm all for compassion for people, okay? And I spent my fair time around, like, homeless people, real homeless people, okay? Not like here in New York where you've got, like, one every day on the subway, okay? But fucking LA and Seattle, we got lots of the homeless duders, all right? This idea that it should just be a normal and accepted thing that a homeless guy can walk into your face and scream at you, which I think I've had happen in Miami Beach. I've had it happen when I was hanging out with V in Toronto multiple times. I've had it happen in San Francisco. I've had it happen in Seattle. I've had it happen in LA multiple times. That's wild. The idea that that is just like a normal and accepted part of whatever life, and it's who cares about it. Like, that's crazy. That's stupid. No, that's bullshit.
Execution. But then there is the body camera footage. The relief that witnesses, fellow passengers, told police they felt when Penny took charge.
You want to know what happened?
Why are people making this a race thing? Because everything has to be a race thing.
I can tell you what happened.
Yeah, what happened?
He was there, right? I was in before him. Then he came in, like, he put, like, his hand so he could come in, right? Okay. I guess he was pissed or something.
I agree, but it does not justify holding a chokehold. Don't say you agree. You don't agree with me. You put some bullshit-ass retarded shit in chat. Don't say you agree with me or you don't agree with me. I think choking the guy out or, like, dropping the dude is fine, but you can't, like, sit there and sit on him afterwards until he's dead.
But I looked at him, right? And then he started taking off his sweater, dummy hard, and then he threw it. And then he told, like, everyone that he had, like, a rough day and that he don't care what happens today. He don't care about going to jail, but that someone's dying today. Bro, move. He come to me.
Penny wasn't trying to kill the dude, though. It seems like he was choking him until he was put out. Then he let go less than a minute after. Yeah, he wasn't trying to kill the guy. That's why he's not getting charged with murder or murder too. He's being charged with manslaughter too, right?
Was that a fight at all?
No, he came on the train. I was sitting right there. I was sitting next to everybody that was moving. That was the last one I was sitting. He came on the train. He was like, "Yo, I'm looking for food. I'm looking for this shit." But like, he was ready to risk it all. Basically, he was like basically, he's gonna try to be about to hurt somebody. He was on the floor. He's like, "I'm ready to hurt somebody. I'm ready to do this." And you right here, like I said, I don't think he's nothing wrong. Everybody moved, and he was about to start hitting people. He came in and he tried to do this while the cop was coming. They took Matt. I was falling out home.
Yeah.
They took man on the cop. He was trying to resist him on somebody's king. They took man on.
Okay.
He was trained. He was ready to like. I see him take like he got on the train, he dropped his phone. He's like, "I'm ready to hurt anybody. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go back to Rikers Island." And dude got up, he saw he was about to hurt somebody, and he got up and he was trained him. And he was trying to hurt him. Where's that guy? I don't know. You saw everything on Absolutely. No, you saw everything? Okay. This young lady right here.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see?
What did I see? I was sitting up there, I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, you know, hey.
You can shrug off a chokehold in like 30 seconds. You need to maintain to stop the threat. My dude, if somebody gets like fucking unconscious with a strangle and then wakes back up, I feel like it would be unlikely that this guy would get right back up, fucking ready to go right back into the fray. I mean, I guess he could, but also at that point, like, the threat has been neutralized. There were multiple adult men around him. Like, the guy's not about to get up and go full fucking Rambo and take away, and like beat the shit out of everybody. Like,
Hey, I'm willing to die, you know? I'll do anything. I'm willing to die. I'll go to jail. I don't care. I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everyone turned around. So the young man, he got belligerent and he tackled him down. He was tackled in the brown jacket, the one that just went past.
The guy in the brown jacket?
Yeah, you got the guy in the brown jacket. Yeah.
You got the guys in the freaks here. You got a brown jacket, tan jacket. Take them to the freaks right now. And take it away.
So he took him to the ground? The guy with the brown jacket took him to the ground.
Yeah, he took him around and taken him to the ground. Not a hard chokehold, just enough to secure him. And the guy fought. And he kept holding him. All right. And then that's when everybody totally realized what was going on. And I think these guys.
Was it obvious the guy was unconscious though? It looked like he was moving for most of the time. No, because I think like him like kicking around for 50 seconds was really confusing. I think that's like the strongest piece of evidence that this guy might have in his defense, right? Like, it's probably pretty rare that with people in full clothing and different heights, they're not like in training gis. Usually you're on in the field. You're probably not going to get like an ultra clean strangle on somebody where, you know, you tighten up and they go down in like 4 seconds. It's probably not normally happening. So the guy might not have known the dude was even out, maybe, because he was kicking like 50 seconds earlier, maybe. But I mean, like, this is up, I guess, for the jury to decide. This is what would be the determination for whether or not we feel like he was engaged in manslaughter or not, right?
You know, because when he came in, he was unbelievably off the charts. He scared the living daylights out of him.
Destiny, if you get choked out and wake up, but we're ready to fight before, maybe you won't instantly get back up But why would you just stop being aggressive after you were just choked out? My dude, because the situation before you has changed significantly. What are you talking about? Before you were screaming at a woman on a subway that you were ready to die, and then you're waking up and you've got like 4 adult men that are right around you. It's a completely, the situation has changed significantly. What do you mean?
How did he bring him down to the ground? Like he like picked him up and throw him on the ground?
I think he stood up, grabbed him, turned him around, and put him to the ground.
All right.
Those witnesses could never have known anything about
If you were in that situation and the mission was to subdue the guy, how should they have all reacted? And at what point would you consider the threat over? I mean, I guess like once you've got multiple adult men standing around the dude and the woman is like backed off, or the guy's just like not in front of like a woman like screaming anymore. I mean, it's probably relatively subdued. I can understand the guy holding on to him a bit more, but I guess it just depends on... This doesn't have the video of him holding the guy though. Somebody linked me this whole last video and it's just this dude being dead for 10 minutes. Is there an actual recording of like the whole 6 minutes that this guy's choking him, or?
The guy with the brown jacket took him to the ground.
Yeah, he took him around and taken him to the ground. Not a hard choke.
I don't understand. I don't know. I can't tell if you have some kind of like schizophrenia. I don't know how many people in my chat are experiencing psychosis. I don't understand why you're typing stuff like this. I truly don't understand what's happening right now. I don't know what you're... Lean Raccoon, or who is this guy? There are a few in YouTube chat that were saying this as well. Wasn't he crazy? Why are you typing this? You don't know this. The guy didn't know this at the time. You said, Destiny, that implies that he's in any position to act rationally. If he's a schizo, he won't really analyze the situation carefully before deciding. You don't know if the guy's a schizo. Why are you saying this? There is no possible way for you to have that information at the time. I don't understand why you're saying this. You have no idea. The guy has no idea. Why are you doing a retrospective analysis assuming that the guy choking the dude has all of the information that we have now? Well, like, I don't understand why you're typing these types of messages. Jesus.
Oh, just enough to secure him, and the guy fought, and he kept holding him. All right, and then that's when everybody totally realized what was going on. And I think these guys on drugs, you know, because when he came in, he was unbelievably off the charts. He scared the living daylights out of him.
How did he bring him down to the ground? Like he like.
I think the main point of contention is the chokehold. Just holding him should not kill or even hurt him. Was he pressing on his neck? How hard? Probably pretty hard. My guess is because you can't get clean chokes in real life. You probably squeeze them a lot harder than you would ordinarily because you're trying to get whatever you can. But the, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see like the full 6 minutes. What? Why are you guys so fucking retarded? I don't understand how you guys all fucking hate cops, but you love like civilian murdering people. This is so fucking retarded. Destiny, wouldn't it be a rational thing to assume the dude yelling, "I'm ready to die, I'm gonna hurt you," is probably crazy? Okay, never mind. Like we'll watch a cop video where some dude will come out with like dual AK-47s being like, "I'm about to fucking murder every motherfucking person here," and then like the cop fucking shoots him, and you guys are like, "Oh, so the cop is a judge, jury, executioner now? What the fuck? Oh, so cops can just murder? You're such a bootleg." And then it'll be a civilian who's like choking some dude out for like 6 minutes, and you're like, okay, yeah. Do you know how long a schizophrenic brain can survive deoxygenated, Destiny? I bet you don't know that, dumbass. Yeah. So what if the guy was choking him out for 6 minutes? Maybe he fell asleep. Are you gonna blame him for that? Maybe he has narcolepsy. Did you even think about that? Jesus Christ. My bad. If a dude makes a threat on a train, he should instantly be killed or prolongingly be killed by anybody in the vicinity. My bad. That's my take. Okay, there you go. My mistake. Okay. All civilian justice is justified, okay? So if a guy's acting crazy and you want to fucking kill him, as long as you're a civilian and not a cop, then you can do it. There you go. My bad. Okay. Are we good? Are we all in agreement now? What was my take on this a year ago? Let's find out. Okay, this is already like attempted murder, no?
Do you have specific footage of him threatening?
I think there's a... Why are we watching Lance? Cringe. Ground, like you can obviously defend yourself against crazy homeless dudes, but like the choking out forever is like crazy. Forever? How long was it? That's the question, right?
I think also, and this is where I would call into question Tim's experience, as cocked as Lance is, I don't even know if Lance has the experience here. This is gonna sound really weird, and I might be wrong.
I might be wrong. You're always
Destiny is
wrong.
so wrong on this one.
You are.
Punches are so much more deadly than chokes.
Oh my god. Oh, the autistic chat shit. Oh, dude, I can't watch myself getting triggered by checks. I'm gonna get re-triggered all over again. Where's my final conclusion?
It's 4 days. So
Shut
25th is when he gets killed, 29th when Sean was arrested. So day 3 or day 4.
George Floyd. Who asked, little bro?
True.
doing. The guy died. It was ruled a homicide, and now you have protests.
Google blood choke versus air choke. Why do you think I need to Google the difference between those two, and what difference?
Air choke is when you wind bend to deprive them of oxygen.
Well, because it looks like here. It looks like he's moving here.
Oh, I have the full video here. Good for you, Destiny. Destiny.
Oh, he probably doesn't have this. He doesn't have a clean application.
Divorce Selly.
30 seconds. Like that's like wild. Did he allegedly hold the choke? People were saying 10 to 15 minutes, but has ever been told to hold it for more than like?
Shut up. What do you know? Blue hair. Actually, blue haired. Actual blue hair cuck in this video. Do you think this guy does fucking jujitsu or boxing or anything? Why would he ever even talk about this? Stick to video games, little bro. Oh wait, August blue haired me up for this. Never mind. Did he Photoshop it, or it's not even Photoshop? Fuck me.
What was going on? I wish I knew what was happening before the video though was posted.
Shut up. That's not going to stop you from making strong conclusions about it, though, I bet. Loser. I like how he thinks that just because he says, like, oh, well, I'm not sure about this, he can go on to just make the most, like, confident, retarded assertions ever, and then always, like, cower back to, like, well, I said I wasn't sure. I hedged. I hedged. So you can get credit if you're right, and then if you're wrong, you can just say you hedged. Nice. Good one. Don't you accuse Vosh of doing that? Loser. I would troll my own chat so well. Oh, my God. If I could travel back from the future and troll myself in chat, I would lose I would one guy myself harder than anybody.
Oh, so the guy was just shouting crazy stuff? Oh, he probably doesn't have this. He doesn't have a clean application. But I don't know why he doesn't take time here. I mean...
Oh, yeah, you're going to coach us? You're going to coach us through the wrestling moves? Thank you. Okay, let's hear it, buddy. Okay. What were you, high school champion? Or what's your...
personally, I don't know if it's a good idea to try to choke somebody out like this. But if you're going to, why not, like, reapply? Why not try to get, like, a cleaner hold? Like, why just sit here? Because the guy's not going anywhere. Like, he's pretty...
Yeah, how many people have you choked out? Besides your... Just kidding.
Sorry, he's aggressively begging people for money, food, and getting people's faces. Sure, which might be enough of a reason to beat the guy up, maybe, if he's, like, getting really aggressive with you, but...
True.
Oh, the guy is still struggling a lot. But, like, what is he even... Like, what are we doing here? What's the plan here? What's the goal here?
Yeah, like, at this point in the video, I think this is the hardest thing to understand.
Maybe he's, like, getting really aggressive.
So, because, like, right here, so all the, like, the ordinary, like, vulnerable people are gone. You just have a bunch of adult men around. Why are we holding at this point? I just don't understand what's going on here.
But... Oh, the guy is still struggling a lot. But, like, what is he even...
Yeah, but, like, what do you like, who cares? Like,
what are we doing here? What's the plan here? What's the goal here?
Yeah.
Wait for the cops? I don't think you hold somebody in a choke like this for 15 minutes waiting.
Yeah, you're not going to hold somebody. Good take. Okay, never mind. This guy, okay. Maybe, okay, that's true. You're not going to hold somebody in a choke for waiting for the cops. Like, oh, yeah, he's coming. Wait, it's not Jussie Smollett. We're not leaving the noose on for an hour.
Cops, my dude. Like, especially when you got this many other people to, like, restrain and hold him down. Like, there are other options here.
Yeah, true. There are. Okay. Like,
what are we doing here? He doesn't look like he's moving at all. Why is he still in this choke?
Yeah. Ooh. Like, what's going on here, little bro? Ooh, this was the 45-second part? This is pretty rough.
Like, he still has it? Is this guy even, like... Oh, now he's moving? Is he dead?
Yeah. That's going to be a major manslaughter yikes for me, bro. But maybe not. I don't know.
True. You're supposed to put it on the side. Don't put it on the back. You're choking his tongue or other things. I'm so curious how long they were in... Oh, wait. Was he moving there? Or no, this guy was moving him. Wait, what's going on here?
Okay, no one cares. Rip! So where are they at on the charges now? What got wiped? It's back to negligence? Is that like manslaughter 3? Or what is the... It got changed to criminally negligent homicide. Jesus, is this like lesser than manslaughter too? Are we still in a felony, or is this like a misdemeanor at this point? No, it's a Class E felony. Are there any misdemeanor manslaughters? Are there misdemeanor homicides? What's like the lessest manslaughter? What is the lowest manslaughter charge you can get? There's got to be like a super negligent, or like there's got to be Florida involuntary manslaughter, like a Class A misdemeanor. There's got to be at least one state where they do this. Maybe not. In Florida, the lowest manslaughter charge is manslaughter by culpable negligence, classified as a second-degree felony under Florida statutes. Oh, I don't know what the degrees mean for that. Yeah, okay. What is this? What have I opened here?
Again, it's a tool of oppression.
Wait, so I could ask them this question: do you think it's okay for white people to scroll on their phone by themselves and scream the N-word when they see someone who's black on their For You page, if they're by themselves?
It wouldn't hurt anybody.
You think that's okay?
It might make them hurt people in the future.
So you think that's okay?
See, you see what you're doing? Character assassination. Do you see how you do you see how you
do you see how you
do?
Wait, do you see how you think you look bad with your position now?
There's nothing morally wrong with it.
There's nothing morally wrong with someone scrolling on their For You page, and then when they see someone who's black, or by the way, someone who's white, they see someone who's black and they scream the N-word.
It hurts literally nobody.
Hey, and again, let me just say this.
That's insane.
What does it hurt, Parker?
Morals
I think it creates
about
bad norms.
Okay, I agree. I would agree.
Wait, hey, listen, let me just tell you this. Morals aren't about what you do in public. It's about what you do in private when no one's looking. It's what you do when no one is going to judge you for
I would have the moral to not be racist. That's my moral, right? Me saying the N-word is not racist. It depends on the context.
Oh, okay, so you don't think someone's scrolling on their phone?
Holy shit, is this guy a DGG? We're biting a lot of bullets out here. Jesus.
For You page. You don't think someone's scrolling on their For You page, seeing someone who's black and screaming the N-word is racist? Who's white? By the way, they're white and they do that. You don't think that's racist?
If they think that they're probably racist, probably.
Oh, okay, so it is racist.
They're probably racist. They're screaming the N-word at a black person by themselves. There's nothing.
Okay, you say it's okay. That's how they're racist. Racism is okay.
I'm not saying racism is okay.
So then what are you saying?
I'm saying that in private hurts nobody.
No, you just said it doesn't hurt anybody. So do you think sometimes racism doesn't hurt anyone?
Yeah. If you literally are a racist person and you don't die and you interact with
so you think sometimes racism isn't harmful?
Hypothetically, if you're on an island and there's no black people on the island and you're spamming the N-word and you never meet a black person in your life, yeah, sure, that affects nobody.
So what's the point of you actually? I'm just okay. Wait, hold on. How many slurs do you use in private? Let's start there. Like, how many slurs are you actually?
The guy should reverse the question. Instead of stating that as an example, he should say, "Who's harmed if there's an island of all white people and they just spam the N-word at each other all day? Who's harmed there?" That should be the question, and then you should force an answer from that question.
Using when you're by yourself.
I'm by definition R-slurred, so I say that word. Like, I am mentally, like that. So I say it.
So you have a mental disability. Is that what you're saying?
I have a mental disability, yeah, and I say that all the time. Sometimes I say the F slur.
Okay for people to say what?
Why do you think it's okay for? Are you gay or bi?
I'm like somewhere there. I don't know.
So you just want to slur? That's it? Like you just get off on it?
No, I just think there's nothing morally wrong with it.
Wait. When you say you're somewhere there, are you saying that you find men attractive?
Maybe like I'm a little fruity. I'm just
the like LGBT police. Oh no.
Like I'm fine with I'm attracted to trans women.
But are you attracted to men?
Oh shit. Oh no, we just got into the the banned discourse from my Discord. The R-Trap's gay. Oh no.
No.
So you're so straight?
Two years ago. This guy. What? Oh, from the Peer Show.
For this, when the Russians invaded Georgia, which is one of the provinces, and they annexed Crimea, and they're kind of sitting there, then they're starting to roll up on Ukraine. I personally didn't think they were going to invade Ukraine because I like to think of myself as making rational decisions.
Yes.
And Vladimir Putin completely didn't, and I think he assumed he would roll in, let them keep the flag, put in a puppet government, and kill the president. But now that there's resistance, Putin's arrogant, and he's a narcissist, and he's psychotic, and he's probably not going to stop. So it all comes down to what we do and when. We're doing enough now, but the problem is what we're...
Wait, what changed? What changed with this guy?
Doing is we're giving them anti-tank missiles, anti-aircraft missiles, we and some other countries. But once they realize they're losing 9 planes in a day, as is reported, they're going to stop flying and just start shooting in artillery. And that's the whole thing, where those kind of go wherever they go. And shooting them in cities, it's, an explosion is always right.
Yeah, it does seem very indiscriminate. So where are they launching those cruise missiles from?
Well, some of the cruise missiles are probably coming from the sea. There's land-based, some from planes. But the cruise missiles are expensive. Artillery is not. And if it comes down to a knockdown, drag-out fight and a war of attrition, which it could, the Russians plan on doing that because Russia's always been the type of place where here's 2 soldiers, give them 1 gun, you both run this way. When he dies, you pick it up. Don't turn this way because we'll kill you.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure with the propaganda, the Russian soldiers didn't even know. They thought they were going there because they were told that Kiev was overrun by white supremacists and Nazis. We're going to denazify.
Do you believe that? Because there was a Russian commander who was captured, and he said that, tearfully. He was like, we thought he'd been overtaken by Nazis. I mean, that's the kind of propaganda they're being fed, apparently.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin even said that to us, and it's almost kind of, you do a double take, like, wait a minute, is that real? Because Nazis are bad. No, wait a minute, that can't be real. They're the ones on the border, but they were saying, yeah, they're trying to invade us. Russia was telling their people Ukraine's trying to invade us. Yeah. So I don't think, and nowadays everyone calls everyone a Nazi if you disagree with whatever they say, left or right.
You're worse than Hitler.
Yeah, worse than Hitler. But we're finding out right now what could potentially be worse than Hitler, and that's if Vladimir Putin and Russia take Ukraine, then they start moving into the Balkans, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, things like that. You get into Poland now. Poland I love because Poland, you don't mess with Poland with anything from immigration to they've seen the worst. They dealt with this in the 30s, and that was enough for them. And I fought with the Polish Grand, their special forces. Yeah, legit.
So tell me, what is the situation with the planes in Poland? Because Anthony Blinken, our secretary,
whole freaking puppet was he's dealing with we weren't going to push in NATO further.
Wait, what happened in 2 years?
Do you let a Russian dictator run into a European country, take what he wants, and just let him have it? What's your view?
Well, unfortunately, we're in a position where it doesn't matter why we got here; we're just here. And Cenk was mentioning Georgia and Crimea and invasion of Ukraine. That's all weak leadership on the United States. And unfortunately, when we have a strong United States, we have a more stable world most of the time. I mean, we did invade Iraq, and I disagree with that, even though I went there. But you're going to have to go to a position of negotiation. I mean, we did say we weren't going to push in NATO further east, and we did. Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. We were moving there, and now Ukraine wants to be a part of NATO. And Russia doesn't want that. And you're dealing with big countries, but you're also dealing with big egos. And Vladimir Putin grew up in a part of Russia where part of the fun was chasing rats with sticks, and he found out what it was like to corner a rat. And that's kind of where he is right now. He's been in charge of Russia since the early 90s. Let's be honest. And he wants to save face with his people. He's lowering the conscription age to get people in there to fight. It's like he's not going to back out, but you can't let him take more. And I'm by no means defending him, but I also think that Volodymyr Zelensky is a puppet, and he's laundering money just like most of the people in Washington, Ukraine. That's why the whole argument in Ukraine is how much money people can personally make in Ukraine. I hopefully think that Donald Trump brings a big stick. Also, he doesn't care about embezzling money like the United States is now, and whatever they're doing. But it's not a good situation. But we definitely need to turn. We need alliance solidarity, which we lost by leaving Afghanistan the way we did, and a forward defense. Right now, our Navy, which is the epitome of our forward defense, is under the Biden administration, is worrying about getting more transgender bathrooms and getting green ships, even though they're all nuclear, which is green. There needs to be some adults in the room and talk reality, because here's where we are, and someone needs to come to the table and talk to someone else, not worried about how much jewelry Mrs. Zelensky could buy in New York on the taxpayer's dime.
Right.
State said, they've got the green light to go ahead and give Ukraine their planes, and then we'll just backfill them. We're just threading a very complicated needle.
Especially when you consider the MiGs they want to give them are Soviet era that were given to Poland by the Soviet Union once they crumbled. So they're old school MiGs, and the pilots know how to fly them, but that's not the best. And it's one thing to say if you give this guy enough weapons, he shoots you. You're eventually going to get mad at the guy supplying them. And the issue is when we put a NATO aircraft up, or when Russia hits a NATO soil, it's on. And if we have a NATO pilot shoot down Russians and kill them, Vladimir Putin's not going to like it, and that's when it starts to escalate, which none of us wants. But we've already backed down and shown weakness as a country because we stopped a routine missile exercise just because we don't want to make Vladimir Putin mad. He doesn't seem to care if he makes us mad, and we're learning you can't negotiate from a complete position of weakness.
No, they've given him the Olympics. They've given him the World Cup. Between Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, they gave him entree to do exactly what he's doing. And I don't trust this president or this administration to clean up the mess of past administrations. And frankly, and I shared your rational belief that he wasn't going to go into Ukraine. Yeah, I really thought that he wasn't going to, because on paper, none of the math added up for a person who wants to engage in capitalism and enrich himself, his cronies, and his country. So having said that, maybe we're wrong about the idea that he doesn't want nuclear annihilation. We're assuming that détente still holds.
Right. But the thing is, too, when you got a guy like Putin who's talking about Vladimir Lenin, Nikita Khrushchev, and Joseph Stalin. He's almost 70 years old. He's worried about legacy. What's my legacy? And his legacy, if he could be the greatest Russian ruler that destroyed the world, I mean, he might be crazy enough to want to live with that. That's a scary thought.
Yes, and also he might be narcissistic enough to say, well, if I'm going down and if sanctions are the entree, I'm going to take everyone with me.
Yeah, that's a huge concern. And it gets very scary. If it gets to nuclear, which for some reason a lot of our politicians like to get on TV and say that word, it's, the polar ice caps will get a lot hotter than global warming if we start nuking each other. That's a problem. We're going to kill ourselves with climate change regulations longer before climate change, and that's the huge part of the issue too.
Yeah, and man, I wish we had. I'm going to get into energy in the next block because yes, we are being held hostage by people who claim that our death is imminent because of global climate change. But there are people who are dying right now because of energy and our bad energy policy in this country. Can you give me some good news? Is there some good news in all this?
Some good news is we have the most oil reserves in the world. All we got to do is get it.
Why don't we tap that?
Well, when's the last time a logical decision was made in the Beltway?
No, it's not. That's why you got to get out of the Beltway. You go to the middle of the country, you high-five people, you share a casserole, and then you come back and you tell everyone else on the coast that they're dum-dums. And that's how we do it. Rob O'Neill.
That's how we do.
Greatest living American. Thank you, dear.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Okay. Fuck, how long is this video? Hold on.
I think that
2 hours and 45 minutes. It's pretty long and dense, which made me somewhat reluctant to share it, since I'm not sure I understood it completely. I might disagree with parts of it. But I thought it provided really interesting insights into the U.S. healthcare system, mainly the idea that a lot of the additional costs for healthcare come from a desire for choice rather than the administration fees. The administration fees are actually a symptom of our want for choice rather than the root level cause. Main ideas I took away from it, hopefully they're actually true. As mentioned above, a lot of the comparatively high costs come from a desire for choice in healthcare. The desire for choice and, as part of it, get the latest / most novel treatments in some way drives innovations in drug developments, for example, GLP-1s, which can be good, but also leads to added costs that other nations aren't fully paying for. The main thing other nations aren't paying for are all the options and accessibility the U.S. gives its patients, although it's not like other nations are completely immune to the increased spending on healthcare. With better, cheaper healthcare advances, individual procedure costs were decreasing, but more people gained access to them, which is probably a good thing, but another factor. Okay. Okay, one or two. We'll do one. Fuck it.
Today we're breaking down the BodyCam scam, exactly how it happened, and I'm going to confront the people behind it. Well, I did last night, and let me just say, it didn't go very well.
Be happy to answer any
I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What CopyZilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
Profiting from the rug pull, I think it's relevant.
We didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Stop. Do the math. Do the math.
Defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pull.
3%.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not gonna let me talk? You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
Yeah, these people were completely unhinged, unwilling to take any accountability, and we'll talk more to them in a second, but I want to break down the BodyCam scam. I think people are confused with this kind of stuff. I want to start with the big tweet that kind of set it all off. That would be this by Bubble Maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team and was being sent out to a bunch of smaller wallets. The implication being that some of them might be dumping on you. Pretty quickly, the BodyCam girl came in to copy and paste.
The BodyCam girl. Wait, let me search real quick. Hold on. Oh. HawkTua?
What her team told her to say, which said, team hasn't sold one token and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees at the start of the launch. And so you see their awful tokenomics here. Along with this response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay. You can see on the bot side, there's nothing. And then on the sold side, they're making a lot of money. So how did you get free tokens? Well, you were an insider, right? And I just want to show you exactly how the HawkTua team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch. So you can see that with her tokenomics here. It says Haley's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked immediately on token generation event. Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation, which means that if they sold out the whole 17%, you're looking at about $2.8 million raised by pre-selling these tokens. So it is essentially a lie to say her team didn't sell tokens. Well, they pre-sold them, and then those investors dumped on your fans. That's the problem. Because BubbleMap says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale. That's about what I saw as well. 89 wallets sold 100% on launch. 47 sold over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million were sold. Again, as you'll see, on mostly Haley Welch's fans, or HawkTua Girls fans. And I know what you're thinking. Who falls for this? Well, unfortunately, with situations like this, they're not targeting crypto bros. They're mostly targeting, like, actual fans who've never been involved in, you know, the crypto space before. They don't know any better. And you're going to hear the guy behind a lot of this say that explicitly.
These are people that are outside of crypto that we're going to be onboarding, and they don't give a shit. They don't even know what a market cap is. They just go, oh, cool, free coin. Now I get to join the community. Cool, done.
Not only did they say it, they sold it in a pitch deck. You can.
I can't believe it's still like free money to just scam people with crypto. Why don't we have a coin yet? Cake! Where is DGG coin? I need to scam these fucking losers.
See the Hawk deck here. Massive onboarding event. Hawk will onboard normies. So that's why I just don't buy this thought of, oh, well, you know, if you bought this, you deserve to get scammed. Okay, fine. But a lot of the people who bought it had never bought crypto before. They were targeting those people. They said as much in our call. Now, the other part of this scam that I really need to break down because people don't understand it exactly is the fee scam, okay? When this launched, they had 15% fees on trading. They said that this was to stop snipers. But basically what this means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee. Meanwhile, on Deck Screener, you can see the sniper, which is the #1 trader on this coin, they made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made less in total profits, this sniper that ruined the project, than the team made on fees. I, of course, asked who benefited. Did HawkTua Girl make the money? Who made the money in this whole thing? And they essentially dodged the question. Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the problem.
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years, okay? That's how do you think there's so many expenses?
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteor pools, and that goes to, yes, the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
She owns all of it.
CoffeeZilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
You know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? You know, this is how you run a project forever, is you have to fund that. And first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something.
What even, just curious, what the fuck is even this project? I never know what any of these fucking projects are. They always sound like the most scammy, bullshit ass. Like, what was the, is it Paul Logan or Logan Paul? What was that project? It was like, animals would combine and make other animals, and like, what the fuck even is happening? And you get access to a Discord. Like even the Korean mobile games seem better. Like, why not just fucking get a Lord's Mobile sponsor? Jesus.
something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days.
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million, 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns 0 of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation.
Brother, who profited? Over $1 million was just made.
A foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills.
You heard him right. Who cares where millions of dollars went? Supposedly, they have 18 people working on the HawkTua meme token. So I don't know if that's true, but that's at least what they're claiming. Now, the last thing I need to say before we jump into this context that you need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have HawkTua Girl, who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy, Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's son-in-law or something like that. Like, he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting HawkTua Girl with crypto, and he said he was teaching her a meme coin class, okay? And he goes unhinged on her call. 3, you have the guys running the crypto token, and 4, you have the insiders who paid money to get early access to this coin and then are rug pulling a lot of Haley Welch's fans. What you want to make of that, who you exactly want to assign blame to, is up to you. A lot of people are saying, oh, she didn't know any better. She's getting taken advantage of. Maybe, or maybe she's making a ton of money talking about Hawk.
Okay. Hawk, $Hawk. Claim your Hawk. Join the Hawk community on Telegram. Hawk isn't just a meme coin. It's a part of the culture. Haley's using her meme to unite her entire community, from TikTok, HawkTua podcast listeners, merchandise buyers, and even her charity supporters. Hundreds of thousands of non-crypto users will be onboarded by Hawk because Haley is making it easy, fun, and engaging. If you love Haley, you love memes, and Hawk is where it all comes together. What are you united on? What does that even mean? Did she really talk to this guy? Hawk isn't just a token. It's the bridge bringing memes to the everyday person. No crypto wallet, no problem. Eligible fans can claim their first tokens for free with just a social login and start their journey. Whether you're a meme degen or a blockchain beginner, Hawk is your entry ticket to begin your degen roller coaster ride. Join the allow list. Oh, nice. We're not doing whitelist and blacklist anymore. Good job. Secure your spot on the allow list and be part of the Hawk community from day one. Claim your tokens early and own a piece of the next big meme movement. No paywalls, no shady backdoors, just pure free token distributions and allow list campaigns to bring eligible participants along for the ride. It's simple, quick, and open to everyone. The Haley Welch effect. From the start, Hawk has been about access and fun. With Haley's infectious energy, HawkTua podcast fame, and a global fan base, Hawk is ready to bring people together like never before. It's more than a coin. It's a movement. This isn't your average meme coin. Haley is bringing a diverse community of meme-loving degens, some of the blockchain's best, to transform the way people think of a meme coin. Whether you're here for the culture, the tech, or the vibes, Hawk is where it all comes together. Well, I still don't know anything about this. What the fuck is this? What is it? I don't know what any of this is. I have no idea what the fuck this is. You wouldn't get it? Okay. What is Hawk? Hawk is a digital token created by Solana blockchain, a Web3 technology that allows for fast and secure online transactions. But Hawk is more than just a digital asset. It is the bridge bringing memes to the everyday person. No crypto wallet, no. Okay, wait, this is just a repaste from a bunch of things on the website. How to get the token, how to claim it. Frequently. What is the point of this? What? Okay.
HawkTua Girl. So, with that said, I just want to show you the call last night. That is what I knew going into this call, and you'll see my questions target some of these different aspects of what I believe to be a scam in this call. And the last thing I have to say is that when they did do this call, they monologued for like 12 to 15 minutes before they let anyone up. So I was extremely frustrated by the time I got up. I think you'll hear a little bit of that in my voice. Not only that, this Doc Hollywood guy called people mentally ill. He said that people should be thanking him or kissing his butt, basically, for doing this for them, as if he's doing them a favor, basically generally berating the people who had maybe lost money in this. And so quite frustrating to go into. And, well, anyway, enjoy.
Everyone thinks that, oh, everything's a rug. Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to you. Nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this. Not this. We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives dedicated to trying to do something cool, right? To do something.
What are they doing that's cool? What is it? What's the cool thing?
Different. Not dumping on you. Not bundle sniped. Not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. I don't know y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
He's having a meltdown.
You know, I'm gonna say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm gonna count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now.
Okay.
We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token. And you guys should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope.
Yeah, so that's how all of this started. I had watched as people got wrecked on chain, and then I go here in the actual space that's supposed to address everything, a guy berating everyone, calling them mentally ill and telling them they should be thanking him. And that's what led to sort of my attitude when I went up on stage. Also, Twitter Spaces is horrible for doing this kind of work. I normally wouldn't choose it, but all these guys seem to love Twitter Spaces. I don't know why. The problem is people filibuster. So I know I interrupted a lot. That's because you can't let these people go run off on like 10-hour explanations, which they will do if you let them. So, yeah, anyway, here's when I got up on the space.
Happy to answer any questions.
I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What CopyZilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No, that's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We can answer that.
You know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens going directly from the main account.
CopyZilla, just chill for a second.
And then it's getting sold for 50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now, we had...
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen, doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet, you've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much
sale.
did y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
It's not that we
selling out
made.
your fans. So
over here, can you give exact? Hold on, CopyZilla, take a chill pill, brother.
So y'all just rug pulled a bunch of people.
No, there's no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pull, and it's not done by us. Yeah, snipers sniped it up to an insane market.
No,
cap
it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us. That was listen. No. I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
There's not a.
I'm sure that's not you getting those fees, right? Who's making the money on the fees? Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the project. So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteor pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project, right?
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
CopyZilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees on a rug?
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
We're here every single day. Day one, day two, day three. This is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. And first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're used to.
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million? 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all make the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the Cayman Islands.
Who profited? Over $1 million was just made.
I'm telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CopyZilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It goes
when you're
to
charging
attorneys.
15%,
it goes to accounts. It goes to directors.
You're charging
it goes to
50%
staff.
on rug pull, and you're profiting from the rug pull.
There's no rug pull because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Doc, do the math. Do the math.
Defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pull. You're defaming our character. It's bullshit.
You should talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
No, you're not. You're talking over me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a...
What's the point of crypto? Well, there's usually supposed to be some kind of project or idea that they at least pretend to sell. Like, the Logan stuff was like the egg breeding shit, or like people like, oh, this... But I don't even know what the fuck you're buying into with the Hawk Tuah thing. Like, did they even try to sell some kind of idea, or...
Scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam. And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
So who pays you, CoffeeZilla? Let's.
Ooh, turn it around.
What?
Turn it around. Turn it around. Nobody's here for me. Everyone's here for you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welsh's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much money is she making from all this? What's her cut? I just got muted. So yeah, that was the conversation. Obviously, I got a little heated there towards the end because, I don't know, there was something about this guy berating people who had lost money and insisting that what was so transparently true about the fees being made, about who's benefiting from the pre-sale, just dodging all of that. It gets me so bothered. I guess it shouldn't at this point. But, you know, what can I say? I'm only human. I will go ahead and highlight there were 2 other moments. FaZe Banks got up and called these guys out, which is funny.
This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like, this is... What CoffeeZilla said, I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like CoffeeZilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%. 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is true. Yes, no, it's 100% true.
And then also, Nick...
How can you tell a cluster? Does it have to do with, like, all the coins in those wallets were sent by a similar wallet? Like, how are they even connected?
O'Neill, who is another crypto Twitter guy, he got up there and he asked them basically what I did, because they wouldn't let me back up on the space. And he said, where's the money going to? And then Hawk Tuah girl, decided it was time for bed, and that was the end of the space.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Is this her real voice? I can't tell.
Okay. I guess we're talking over here.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning you go, oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed, you know? Gotta wake up bright and early for tomorrow. That is just wild. These people are not serious, or at least it doesn't appear that they're taking it very seriously. I think it's concerning when you have a project which, they can say whatever they want about their 18 employees and all the, hundreds of thousands they supposedly paid to set up these, like, Cayman Island corps to do it the right way. But at the end of the day, when you make millions of dollars on launch, where does that come from? When your insiders sell $3 million, where does that come from? Maybe the normies that you were targeting to get in? That is my problem. That is my issue, and that's why I came at them so hard. And that's basically it. I think Haley Welsh, or Hawk Tuah girl, to whatever extent she was involved is still unclear, or was unclear until her transactional entertainment lawyer contacted me. I'm just editing this live, guys. He contacted me and said he wants to have a offline combo. I said I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much she's been...
Not gonna lie, they did nothing wrong. Anyone who lost money to this deserved to lose it and should be erased from the gene pool. I 100% agree when you're talking about people that should know better, but I feel like this is a uniquely evil scam because the Talk Tuah audience is probably legitimately like a bunch of normie people who have no fucking clue about any crypto anything. So I feel like it is uniquely evil and exploitative to try to market a fucking shitco coin to a bunch of super ultra normies who just think that they're hopping on something fun or cool or whatever, and then you just get like ass gaped over it. I really don't care how much the Talk Tuah girl knows about this anyway. Her name is on it. She should still be held like fully liable. Like if she doesn't know about it, that's her fault. Like you're literally signing your name onto this huge project. How could you not understand or know anything about it? Like do your due diligence. There's no excuse.
Entertainment lawyer contacted me. I'm just editing this live, guys. He contacted me and said he wants to have a offline combo. I said I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much she's been paid, kindly respond. I'll put up all these screenshots. They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000.
Is it not the buyer's responsibility to do research before investing in something? I don't understand yeah, it's also your responsibility to lock your car at night, but that doesn't absolve a thief from accountability if they break into your car and they steal shit? What kind of fucking retarded question is that?
That's the only money she's seen to date. If you have any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the presale or fees?
Ooh. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. I love contracts. Let's read.
She contacted
Okay, would like to have an offline convo to get perspective and get advice if you are willing.
me and said he wants to have a offline combo. I said I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much she's been paid, kindly respond. I'll put up all these screenshots. They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000.
Wait.
That's the only money she's seen to date. If you have any
So she got paid a flat fee of $125K. The fact that this guy says that's the only money she's seen to date makes it sound like there are additional terms that exist in the contract. So either a percentage of fees or some pre-allocated tokens or some percentage of whatever. So it sounds like there's more money on the way. That's what this second line makes it sound like, rather than the only thing that she was contracted to do was to promote it, and this is the flat fee that she was paid. That's the only money that she's seen to date. Makes it sound like there's more in there, but
any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the presale or fees from the liquidity pool? The best thing for my story is to get a copy of the agreement, of course. Christian replies, she was supposed to get 50% of net proceeds after payments of costs to third parties. Is that the 18 employees or whatever they have?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what costs they have, but 50% is a lot. They were supposed to be mutually approved between her and the company. All decisions regarding to allocation were supposed to be mutually approved. Those decisions haven't been made at this point. The goal would be to salvage the token for the holders and her.
all decisions regarding allocation are supposed to be mutual. Those decisions haven't been made. What? The goal would be to salvage a token for the whole.
True fans and do right by the community. That's not going to happen. I can't provide the actual contract as you.
Open ideas from the community. Her allocation of tokens was agreed to be 10% locked with 3-year vest after 3. Yeah, right. She has not personally received any tokens at this point. I can't provide the actual contract as you can imagine, but I'm happy to continue to be responsive to questions. Why wouldn't he be able to just provide the contract? I don't understand. Your spaces and comments have also been helpful in giving her and her non-crypto team good info and insight to take back and ask more in-depth questions to them. I appreciate what you do.
As you can imagine, but I'm happy to continue to be responsive. Your spaces and comments have been helpful, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate what you. Okay. We all.
NDA, maybe? What contract? I have never seen a contract in my life that says that you're NDA'd from copy pasting the actual contract itself, but you can talk about all of the specifics within the contract. What if he's like super concerned about NDA? Why would he be talking about any of the contract? That's weird.
Oh no, they always say that, by the way. This guy does continue to be responsive. Your spaces and comments have been helpful. Blah blah blah. I appreciate what you. Okay, we all know. They always say that, by the way. This guy does not appreciate what I do. I don't think. You know, an entertainment lawyer appreciating somebody talking about somebody. I don't think that's true. Look, the big deal. What he said is 50% net proceeds. That's a lot, actually. Now again. 18 employees working on the HawkTua coin. I don't know how much they're going to end up seeing at the end of the day, but it's going to be real money. The question about like, oh, salvage the coin, want to salvage the coin. Guys, the problem is you sold millions of dollars of pre-sale tokens and they're still out there. There's still people with these coins who are waiting to sell. So the second you go and salvage it for the fans.
A lawyer shouldn't just be releasing those types of documents though, unless his client authorizes it. You also shouldn't be talking about specific terms of the contract. What do you mean?
You're kind of dooming them again. So the best situation is just people. Well, I don't really know. I don't like to give advice in situations like this. You know, it's like asking someone how to clean up a car crash. It's like, well, ideally, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So can't give too much advice there. The situation's horrible as it is. I appreciate them actually responding, though. But she is actually making a lot of money off of this. And I do actually think that's a problem. So I don't know. I think this whole situation is terrible. And she should feel bad. I hope she does, really, because she got in bed with these people who clearly saw dollar signs. She saw dollar signs. And they did this, and people have been hurt. So, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, one more message from Hawk's lawyer. This guy keeps messaging me. He says, this was not a speculative opportunity for her. She truly didn't intend to fleece fans. She genuinely wanted to make this a community token of fans and onboard Web 2 to Web 3 and be a long-term face.
How long has she even been a thing for? What the fuck? I watched the video. Just to clarify, the 50% of net proceeds mentioned was from the allocation of tokens, 10%, locked for 1 year, with 3-year vest thereafter, and wouldn't be realized until if/when she sold them. Out of her 50%, she would have to pay her non-crypto team too. So in reality, she would likely only hold 3.5% of the tokens withdrawn, if at all, on the above schedule. Well, okay. Yeah, okay. Sounds like a scammerino to me.